And welcome back to the on Respect and another edition of Raw out of 10. It's a big episode of Raw today, because of course it's the first Monday Night Raw since the Royal Rumble. The build up to Elimination Chamber and WrestleMania starts now. But Jey Uso and Charlotte Flair, the two winners of the Royal Rumble, both on the show, and we kicked off with Jey Uso. The electricity of his entrance faced the crowd unsure of what to say to their overwhelming support. His face painted with emotions. He details his initial fears of being a single star before admitting his confidence now. Gunther interrupted and threatened punishment, unlike any seen before, if Uso chooses to challenge him at Mania. The number one contender said he would head to SmackDown and chat with Cody, but regardless of who he chooses, he's leaving as champion. Uso is the most buzzed star right now in the WWE, and following up his momentous win in the opening segment was the right call. The emotion with which he addressed the universe and the reaction to him only supports the idea Uso's the right guy at the right time to win the Rumble and challenge for the title on wrestling's grandest stage. I wasn't sure of it at the time, but seeing the reaction he got here, I'm definitely more in favour of it. Before we got Penta against Ludwig Kaiser, on the heels of a humbling Royal Rumble appearance that saw him eliminated by Penta after just 6 seconds, Kaiser squared off against the newcomer. The right-hand man Gunther dominated the action, showing great aggression and the fury as he walled down the luchador. Penta managed to come back, though fired off his high-flying arse and ultimately caught Kaiser with a sacrifice armbreaker. The Penta driver finished him off and delivered the babyface a hard-fought victory. Pete Dunne interrupted an attempted interview by Jackie Redmond, and Kaiser beat Penta down to close this segment. This was another solid in-ring outing from Penta, even as things got somewhat clunky down the stretch. If you were done in Kaiser, in which we would have enough to consult some backup, is a solid way to utilise him before his path to Romania becomes clearer though. So I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Before, she thought the Queen would be welcomed back with wide arms by the WWE Universe, you were sadly mistaken, as Flair was met with more boos and cheers and only fed into them on Monday night. After trying to express how much she missed the fans and how much the last year physically broke her mentally and physically, she almost dared the boos to continue, telling the fans to love her or hate her, she loves them all. Rhea Ripley interrupted as Michael Cole reminded the audience that Mummy and the Queen had battled twice before at Mania and teased another match up between the two, though not as hard as the competitors did themselves. Flair insulted Ripley, causing the Women's World Champ to beg her to pick the Eradicator and creating a WrestleMania big match. This was fine, and pushing Flair towards the heel side of things is the right call, but I do think she should challenge Tiffy time. Before we got Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus the New Day, the rivalry between these two continued. And yeah, to secure a victory, Mysterio would have to overcome interference from Logan Paul, his opponent in next Monday's Elimination Chamber qualifying match. Easier said than done. Despite a late match comeback that saw the babyface's role keeping the heels off guard, Paul made his presence felt. Mysterio stuck out against the social media maven and paid it as Paul laid into him and set up Woods and Kingston to get the win. A solid match from an in-ring perspective, which should have expected with the talent involved. But Paul's actions kind of took the front seat here. What started was very good and kind of turned into go-away heat. It will take a minor miracle to reverse that sentiment. So yeah, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Decent match, but maybe just spoiled a bit. Before we got an Elimination Chamber qualifier, Iyo Sky versus Liv Morgan, and Liv Morgan will compete inside the Elimination Chamber thanks to a controversial finish. The former Women's Champion was repeatedly cut off, taken down and nearby beaten by the genius of Sky. Raquel Rodriguez interfered on her behalf, but even that failed to derail Sky's moment. When Ripley hit the ring to fend off Rodriguez, she also struck Morgan, drawing a DQ and costing Sky the match. The victorious heel synced her Rey to the ramp with her bodyguard, with a frustrating Sky verbally laid into the Women's World Champion, walked out on her. This creates tension between Ripley and Sky, leading to a potential match between these two, while keeping Morgan in the mix and yeah, likely in the tag division. This was a very good match as well, and highlighted the strengths of both women on the face. So yeah, this was good stuff. 7 out of 10. Seth Rollins then cut a promo on the events of the Royal Rumble, taking great solace in knowing Punk and Roman did not win the match, and as of now not headed to WrestleMania. He took pride in injuring the Tribal Chief and called out Sami Zayn before hyping up his Elimination Chamber qualifying match, encouraging him to get tough and beat Punk. This was just moments after expressing his own desire to enter the chamber and head to Mania. This was a great bit of character business from Rollins, denouncing Punk as a person, but in a promo with Zayn and attempting to manipulate the former champ into keeping Punk out of the chamber because the visionary knows he cannot beat the straight edge superstar. It ended with a brief brawl with Punk leading to a hot conclusion to a quality promo segment, and yeah, that rolls straight into the Elimination Chamber qualifying match between Punk and Zayn, and Punk will join Cena as an entrant in the Elimination Chamber, defeating Zayn in a superb main event. It came after 20 plus minutes of action that saw Zayn nearly upset Punk on more than one occasion. Each competitor prepared prepared the finisher, only to have it countered or stunted before Punk finally got a charging Zayn with a go to sleep for the win. After the match, the two combatants met in the middle of the ring for a show of respect when Kevin Owens came out of nowhere, attacking Zayn with package pile drivers, setting in motions. Another match between these two at WrestleMania 41. A great match, newsworthy angles, close things out, gives it an easy thumbs up. Yeah, 8 out of 10. A brilliant match, like I say. And then Owens versus Zayn, it makes so much sense. We're going to run it back a million times for all I care. It's still going to be great. But yeah, with these characters as they are now, I think it's going to be great. Great stuff. 8 out of 10. And overall, Raw this week gets 7 out of 10 from me. I thought, yeah, this was probably the best Raw of the Netflix era so far. Loads of great matches on there. Big storylines being set up for the Royal Rumble. And yeah, I think very hyped for not only the direction we're heading in for WrestleMania, but also Elimination Chamber is looking like a stacked show as well. That's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.